beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are crafting, and I was kind of inspired to do a little igloo, but with stars and moons around it, made out of clay. And the intention is that you would be able to stick like a little tea light in there, and then the light would make the cutouts just kind of like shadow onto the wall or the ceiling. I don't know if this is gonna work. I was inspired by this little light that my boyfriend has, and it's got a clock in it, but it also, like, when you turn it, it can do the different lights, and the stars are on the ceiling, and I'm just like, this is beautiful and a whole mood, and I love it. So we're gonna try it. So I've not worked with clay since I was in college. Took a class though, that was fun. What I have here is some modeling clay. Now, from the store, I thought it was air dry, but it says it'll never dry. Keep using over and over again. So I don't really know how true that is. I might have to go out and buy different or legitimate air clay if this doesn't work, but we're gonna try it anyway. Because my thought is, if you leave anything out for long enough, it's gonna get dry. So our materials are air dry clay, a rolling pin, some tools of sorts, and a sponge and some water. Alrighty, let's get started. So this channel is all about learning and teaching, and I went about this project the wrong way. So I am going to speed through this little bit to, first of all, show you what not to do, but also why not display my struggle, sometimes it's fun, and maybe inspire you to do something else with whatever I kind of creative, and then we'll get to the good stuff. Let's chat a bit, shall we? So as you can see, my first attempt was a fail, but that's okay because we learned. Then I kind of created a wagon from like the Oregon Trail game, and now we kind of ended up with it's like a hat or like an octopus before its tentacles get split up. The whole point though is that I kept my base, then I made another piece that went over it like an arch, then I slapped on another piece to cover up the back so it would look like a carport, and that's where the whole Oregon Trail thing came into play. Then I rounded it out a bit, flattened out my edges, and now we have a cute little top hat. Ding! So after, I don't even know how many hours, but it's been too many hours of just not really doing what it's not coming out how I imagined in my cranium. So I turned to the good old Pinterest. I tried to avoid her, but she's got all the answers, and I don't know why I thought I could get around her. So Pinterest, I saw this image, I'll put it here. If you really like this thing, go purchase it from this Etsy person. I will also put their name here. Thank you for the inspiration, person, because it made everything just bing for me. So looking at their shape, I was able to realize I just need to make a dome. And that's what I've been saying from the beginning. But all I did, do I have any extra clay? I did not. All I did was take a ball, so you know, all my hard work, it's fine. All I did was take a ball of clay, get it nice and circular. Then I stuck my thumb in the bottom of it, and then the back of this little tool that I literally got from the dollar store. And then I just started cranking it. Just a little circular motion. And then once that kind of helped dig it out, I used my thumb again to just thin out the edges until I got to this point. This is what I'm going for. So, hear me out. Once I get the real clay, not this children's clay, I just read in the store, people, read. Anyways, I'm going to do that process, but with a larger piece of clay, a larger ball of clay. Get my little dome, my little mushroom top happening.
Then I'm going to use my tools and cut out my little holes. Yep. See? Boom. Same dealio. I can smooth it out. I can do my little stars. I don't know if this is... That's a plus sign, but it's good enough. It actually kind of looks really cool. Now it kind of looks like a spider. Now I'm kind of creeped out. Never mind, I don't like it.
But yes, so basically, your thumb. Your thumb is my solution. And then from there, I can just keep doing all the fun little shapes that I want to do. I will probably use the X-Acto knife at certain times, so beware. I don't know if they have like little plastic thimbles. I only have a rubber one, but for when you kind of are cutting in, you don't want to cut off your thumb because this is what makes this work. So beware, do not cut off your thumb. If you're a child, please have a parent or guardian with you, and probably use plastic and not a sharp object like an X-Acto knife. Okay. Then from there, I will, you know, smooth out my bottom, make sure that it's a nice little flat top, and probably do like a little candle port. There we go. So that I make an egg. Look at that. My brain is finally, it's happening. My brain is like, beach, this is what I've been trying to tell you this whole time. And my arms are like, I get it. Okay. Like, the little igloo, and then you stick the candle on, and then the light goes, pew. I'm so happy. So although I've spent all afternoon making things that are the wrong thing, it has been kind of fun and honestly a bit therapeutic, and I might need to keep this clay, since it never dries, keep it with me during like classes. Just had a whole revelation. How to stay calm and not anxious during class. Clay. Who would have thunk it? But yes. Oh my god. It's freaking cute. Okay. The memories. Okay. So many things are happening. So just, I don't know how long this video is about to be, but I just wanted to just add another little comment. So there is this YouTube creator. Her name is Rachel Maxey. She is this lovely redheaded woman who I've just been, and I say redhead because I have been wanting to dye my hair red as of late, and so when I saw her just kind of pop up on my recommended videos, I was just like, at first fascinated by her hair. Then I was intrigued because she is a very she has a vintage aesthetic, and when I did my performance previously, I don't know when that video is going to come out for my transformation, but it'll either be before or after this. Just make sure you check it. I turned myself into a 1960s woman. I tried to kind of emulate Etta James, so it was a whole thing. It was fun, but I've just been obsessed with this woman's videos, and she's just a beautiful spirit. She's so creative, and she made this little like book nook, and I'll put a picture here if I can find it. And I was just like, I want to make that book for fairies. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something. And I love fairies so much. And I didn't want to make a fairy like little house because I thought that was kind of childish. But you know what? Screw it. If fairies will make me happy, then I'll make a damn fairy house. So I just thought I would add that in there. And this clay is making me think of like ways that I can construct it. I don't know, y'all. I'm in good spirits right now, and I am so happy that I figured out what the WTF I'm going to do with this. It's just, things are going well. So, I'm gonna stop squeezing my little stress clay, although, anxiety, no more, because we got clay baby. Clay baby. Okay, let's get back to the video of day 2 when I have proper clay and we come at this the right way. Damn, I'm good. Hello, it is day 2 of this crafting project, and I have now purchased the Accurate clay. It is what brand is this? The Craft Smart Air Dry Modeling Clay. The last clay I bought just said modeling clay, so the words air dry are important. It's a big old block of white clay. It's a whole lot softer than modeling clay, so now I kind of have that in my mind of what air dry clay feels like. And I also purchased this oven baked clay. It's just this little cute little green one. I was thinking of like a little like leaf shaped like catch-all dish or something. I could always use it in the bathroom because I usually have like bobby pins and hair ties that I take out, and then they kind of junk up the sink. So yes, super random, but I just bought these from the dollar store. They're the Warheads Uzi Chews. Oh my God. Did I go to the dentist this morning? Yes. But this is banging. I just, woo-wee. Warheads. And they're not like crazy sour like Warheads, but they're just delicious. And that little soft chew, oh, it's hitting. It's hitting. Okay. So, now that we have the right materials, we're going to try this project again. I'm going to test a little piece to see if it transfers, like with our modeling clay when I rolled it out on the black, I think it's like a plasticky vinyl tablecloth. You can get it from the dollar store. The black part actually kind of transferred onto it and made it look kind of dirty. Now my goal is to paint this afterwards anyway, but I still just want to see, like, does it transfer? If it does, I will roll out another piece of wax paper and work off of that. But I think that's all I really have to say, so let's get on into it. So I know this is definitely one of my chattier videos, and if you hate it, so sorry. Let me know in the comments. But if you like it, also, thank you, and let me know in the comments. So just to sum up what's happening really quickly, I am going to use the modeling clay and create a larger than a golf ball sized ball. Then I am going to take my actual clay and I am going to make about a golf ball sized piece of clay and roll that into a ball. Then I'm going to take wax paper and put that over my modeling clay. And as an alternative, you can use just another round ball that you might have and make a ball out of aluminum foil. That's something you can do as well. So with those alternatives, put the wax paper over that modeling clay or base ball of your choice. Then after you start to stick your finger through the actual ball of clay that you're working with and you get that to open up more, you will drape that over the modeling clay in order to have that be your stability base. And from there you will use your tools, whatever that may be, a kitchen knife, my little plastic tools from the dollar store. If you have real clay tools, use those tools to start cutting out your shapes. And the biggest tip that I have here is to use your tool to push the clay to the sides in order to shape that shape instead of trying to actually cut it out, because this clay specifically for me was kind of wet, so it was hard for it to hold its shape, and every time I tried to cut it out it would just kind of tear at everything and completely lose the shape altogether. So that worked best for me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Okay, so while my little igloo dries, here it is. So it was drying on the ball, but I realized that I need my opening to stay wide enough. Now I should have, but I did not measure if this is actually the width of a tea candle because it's in my car and I just don't want to. It's winter. So guesstimation time, but you know, worst comes to worst, you just kind of pick it up, set your little tea light in there, and then it'll do its thing. Yes. So that's just a guesstimation, but when it was on the ball, it was a lot more narrow, so we need to widen it, and I think it's pretty good. So the directions say let it dry for 24 hours, so that's what I'm gonna do. And while that dries, I'm going to do some schoolwork because I need to be a better student. School never ends. Hashtag graduate student life. And then I think I'm going to get working on another macrame piece. So if you haven't already seen on my Instagram, I am promoting a Valentine's Day collection of some pieces. They're actually hiding right over there. And there's a third piece that I want to make. They're all hearts, but they're different ways of me making the hearts, and it's going to be custom orders with you choose the style that you want and the color. So I'm just going to do some schoolwork because I feel it in my soul that I should do it, so I should. And then I am going to work on that third piece so I can get that advertised as well. And we will see you tomorrow when I see what this dries out to be like. Okay, goodbye. It is day 3 of this project and our little guy is mostly dry. I might be coming at it a little too soon, but I feel like he's okay. You're okay. So we got a dry piece finally with the right clay. I've got some sandpaper, just got this pack from the dollar store, and we are just going to sand this puppy down. I'll probably do a little bit on the inside, but I'll mostly just focus on the outside, getting all, can you guys see? All those little nooks and crannies that are in there. I'm just gonna try to smooth those out as much as I can and smooth out this opening. If I don't get it perfect, I really don't care. I kind of like its texturedness. Obviously, if you are more of a perfectionist and want that clean, smooth look, sand it down all you need to. Probably before letting it air dry, you could have just taken that slip, which is just a mixture of the little bit of clay and the water, and just really smooth down your spots more. But I kind of wanted this to be very homemade looking, so here we are. I have an assortment of different colors. Not really, I have 3 colors: blue, black, and white. So I bought this one from from the Walmart. It was like almost $2, but this is for, I think it's better with like oven baked clay, so I'm gonna save this for when I use my oven baked clay. So I've just got this bright blue that I'm going to mix with a little bit of black to get a nice navy blue, and then I also have this enamels white, which is also for like oven baked, so I'm gonna save that for a specialty project. So here's our basic white coming in, and I'm not fully sure of the vision, but I'm picturing moody, just like a nice navy midnight blue with I'm going to use the white and mix that with water to do like a little splatter, so it looks like little stars on the actual exterior. And then my hope is that I can kind of smooth on some of my gold leaf onto some places to just get a nice little flex. If I could like do it around the opening, that would be kind of cool. But yeah, so that's kind of my intentions. So I'm just going to get camera number 2 set up, and we are going to sand this puppy down, mix some paint, paint it, and pray that it comes out looking super cute. Roll the tape! We are nearing the end, folks. If you have stayed this long, number 1, thank you. And number 2, once your piece has dried, in order to adhere the gold leaf, you're just going to use a dab of glue or Mod Podge and use that as your adherent for the gold leaf and just rub it on wherever your heart desires. I ended up using the leftover paint and dab that on, which is a viable option. However, in some places the paint kind of smeared and so it covered up some of the gold so it couldn't shine through as much. So, use whichever option that works best for you, but just know the paint is a little bit more messy. So, it is finally finished. This was a 3-day project that should have been a 2-day if you have the right materials. I never needed the rolling pin for this project. I think every other tool was used though, so that's good to keep on your list. Except for the sponge, I didn't actually use that. I just used my fingers to smooth. But I could not be happier. This little guy lights up my day, well, kind of my night, and it actually works. I think if this little cutout was smaller, then my shadow might not have taken up as much of the ceiling, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I love it, and I'm ecstatic that it actually worked. Like, what? Who? Crafting? Yes. So I think I'll put this in my cute or crap category, and let me know down below. Do you think this was cute, or do you think this was crap? If you think it's cute or not, regardless, would you try this? And if you do, don't forget to tag me on Instagram at Simply Whimsy Designs, because I would love to see what y'all end up doing. Want to see your color palette. I'm gonna see it. Alright, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.